Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here with another thrilling, action-packed episode of the program. Glad you are with us. This time it's episode number 135. And that's right, folks. This is a bit of a different format. We've done this here before on the show. Typically, as you folks know, we're live every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wrestling Rumors Facebook Live. However, this time, as we've done a few times in the past, a little bit different. This time, we've got another great interview for you. Hope you're looking forward to it, folks. That's right. This time, the main event is the Darren Young interview. You folks know Darren Young as a former WWE Superstar, member of the Nexus, made his way in Vince McMahon's company, former WWE Tag Team Champion. Had a great run in the company. Perhaps did not have the type of run that many of his fans were hoping for. Maybe the type of run that maybe he was hoping for, I would dare say. But good run nonetheless. Great looking guy, great body, a lot of potential. I always thought that of the Nexus, that he was one of the guys that had the most potential of the bunch. And that was saying something, folks, because there were some talented guys in that group. But he sort of stood out head and shoulders above a lot of other people at the time. Not just in Nexus, but of his ilk and of his generation, I must say. But yeah, you know, so really, not really sort of reaching the level that many people thought he could have. But you know what? Life happens, folks. Sometimes things don't go as you think they would. He did have a good run in WWE, in my estimation. And it was a great to get to talk to him. We tried to set this thing up for the better part of a week. I had to cancel at the last minute the first time around. The second time around, we had the interview set up. He was indisposed, couldn't make it. So we finally came together, put our heads together, and got on the same page. And finally got the interview done. So anyway, it was great to do. Good guy, nice guy. He's doing a lot of press right now. And we'll cover that in the interview, but he was recently announced that he was going to get an award he's supposed to get on April 28th. So by the time you listen to this program, the event may or may not be over. It's the OUTshine Film Festival Vanguard Award. So congratulations again to Darren for that. I talked to him about that in the interview. We talk about WWE, of course. We may even talk about a little of AEW, maybe some New Japan. You know, and I sort of hit the guy with as much as I could possibly cram in. Usually these things, if I get 30 minutes with a guy, that's usually a lot. I got a lot with Pat LaPrade, the writer back in the day. I say back in the day, it's a couple, 2-3 years ago now. It's not that long. But, but yeah, I think I got the most time in an interview that I've gotten with him. But typically I'm around 30 minutes or less. I was told I was going to get around 30, but I don't know how long it ended up being. But as you're listening to this, I'm still in the process of mixing the podcast together. I sort of record things out of sequence. That's what I do when I do the interview stuff. A column is forthcoming covering the interview. I'm not sure what website I will use for that. Please stay tuned to my Twitter account, to my Facebook, to Boink Studios on Facebook, as always. And you can get the information that you need to make an intelligent and informed decision as to where to find the column. How's that sound? Sound good? Sound great? Sounds good to me. So anyway, as we said, folks, many times here on the program before, we are constantly working behind the scenes to try to get the best content available. I do make an effort to get my name out there. It's something I've been doing for the past 9 years. That's right, folks. This year's 9 years for me online as a professional pro wrestling writer. So it's a nice little anniversary for me. I'm still kicking. I'm still here. Some of my contemporaries are no longer doing this. Some of them are still going. You know, it's And there's a lot more new faces on the scene, I have to say, in the past 9 years as well. So it's, it's a crowded field, but I still love what I do. This provides a lot of satisfaction for me. As you guys know, I've always been a pro wrestling fan, always will be. Spent some time in the business, love covering this stuff every week. The fact that I am paid for my opinion is just, continues to blows my mind, for real. But you know what? That's just, as we've said before, folks, when you got something you want, you got to go after it. You got to keep working hard to get it. And your boy is constantly working hard to get it. So we never sit back and never take what we have for granted, and always keep pushing. Always forward, always. So there you go. All right, folks, enough from me. We're going to get to the interview right now, and then we're going to come back. When we come back, you will hear the outro of the program. And I'll tell you what I thought about the interview, how things went, things of that nature, and then we'll plug the next available episode of the show. Thanks again for listening. Hope you enjoy it. Without any further ado, here is the Darren Young interview.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, man. How many people have you talked to in the past 72 hours? Has it been crazy?
Oh, it's been real crazy. Yeah, I always say don't die with the story and you tell it. So I'm all about telling my story. There's 7 billion plus people on this planet, so I want everyone to hear my story.
Man, I love that. I love the attitude. That's awesome. So we know you're in Florida right now. You're going to be accepting the Vanguard Award at the OUTshine Film Festival. How did you find out about this? How did they break the news to you that you won?
I found out through email. They contacted me at my business email at info@realfreddosser.com, and I was blown away. I was speechless. So I handed it over to my management team and said, man, this is amazing. Please, let's lock this in. This is my biggest honor ever.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations to you. That's such a cool thing to have. So the event is the 28th, so that's on Sunday, yes?
Sunday at 6 p.m., I'm receiving the Vanguard Award at the Regal Cinema in South Beach. This is home to me. I lived here almost 4 years, so it's great to be back here and be able to share my story and meet all the amazing people at the OUTshine Film Festival.
That's awesome. So I'm guessing that you're getting really recognized from your time in WWE. So how has the WWE connection helped you in terms of not necessarily just the award, but getting your name out there, getting recognized in public, and getting to do other things? How's that been for you?
Well, WWE gave me a platform for so many years to live out my childhood dream and to inspire others. I always say, don't die with a story in you, tell it. And my story is much more bigger than in the ring. It's outside of the ring, fighting bigotry and hatred and trying to be the voice of the voiceless for the LBGTQ community or anyone that gets bullied into silence. So I can't thank WWE enough. So they gave me the platform to help inspire, and now I'm taking my Block the Hate movement that I built with WWE, and I'm taking it from city to city, West Coast to East Coast, worldwide. And the Block the Hate movement is so important to me because in this world we all receive hate for various reasons. But in order to be strong and successful, you must block the hate. So it's not just an LGBTQ movement. It's a movement for anyone that gets bullied into silence. So I always say there's 7 billion plus people on this planet, so I want everyone to hear my story. I want the Block the Hate movement to be a universal name. I want, at the end of the day, no point intended, I want it to be the next middle finger in a positive way. You tell me I can't achieve my dreams because I have a speech impediment. You tell me I can't achieve my dreams because I'm in love with another man. Well, you know what? Block the hate.
Man, that's such a powerful message, especially in this day and time. That is just awesome that you're getting out there and doing that. I've been following you on social media and whatnot and seeing what you've been up to. How has WWE supported you during this whole process with your new program that you've got going on right now?
Well, when I came out, I didn't realize that my story was a big deal. I thought, I came out and it is what it is until, of all people, the icon Cher reached out to me and told me that one of her friends is a big wrestling fan. So the minute, she told me that one of her friends is a big wrestling fan and he came out to his family. So Cher thanking me for me being open and honest and coming out. It was that minute I realized that my story was a big, big deal. And guys like Big Show, Randy Orton, Mark Henry, some of the top guys in my profession welcomed me in with open arms, and it made it that much easier to walk into a locker room and be able to converse with my colleagues, my friends, my coworkers, you know. So it meant a lot to me. So Cher reaching out to me, and then a plethora of WWE superstars supporting me was weight being lifted off my shoulders. You know, I could live my life honestly and authentically, and I had that support system around me. I always say, people that are down and out and closeted, if you don't have anyone in your family that supports you, be a part of my family on social media. I always say my social media is an open diary to the world, so anything I ever post always comes from the heart to motivate, inspire, and educate our youth or anyone that gets bullied into silence. So just the support of those guys and Cher meant the world to me, and it was then I knew, man, I'm on top of the world. I have to be that superhero for the LGBTQ community now, and that's not going to stop at all, because I'm going to keep being a superhero for the community, because that's what we so desperately need. And it's funny, word on the street is that Marvel is looking for its first openly gay superhero. Hollywood is on a search, and to be quite honest with you, not to toot my own horn, but there's absolutely, positively no one that represents the community inside of the ring and outside of the ring like yours truly. So the more I can help spread the word about me wanting to be a superhero, because at the end of the day, I want people to look at me either on the big screen or on my social media and see me, who identify with me, and say to themselves, well, if he can do it, so can I.
That's a great thing, honestly, and I'm sure once upon a time we wouldn't have been able to see a pro wrestler make such a quick jump, but we've seen over the years. The Rock is the biggest actor in the world right now. John Cena's definitely made an impact in Hollywood. Is that something you're looking to get into? I mean, are you wanting to get into acting and movies and TV and whatnot?
Absolutely. I've been out in L.A. living for the past 2 years. I was back and forth from Tampa, Florida, where I live, in L.A., and then I just moved out. I've been in L.A. about 2 years, so trying to make moves out there and try to get into commercials, some movies. I had a small cameo over the summer in a short romantic comedy that was filmed out in Dublin, Georgia. It was called His, Her, and the Truth, and I was fortunate enough to be a part of that film, but there's more to come. You know, missing no days off just isn't a gimmick. It's a lifestyle of constant grind, hustle, and struggle. So my grind is to end hate that surrounds those that are LGBTQ or that are just being bullied for various reasons. So for me, I want to be seen on the big screen as a role model, an activist, and all that other good stuff.
You know, it really sounds as though you have moved on, and I mean, I don't want to misquote you or anything here, but it sounds as though you kind of moved on and maybe not left the pro wrestling business behind, but maybe moved on to the next chapter. Do you ever take a look back, and maybe not at WWE, but at any pro wrestling company, and say, one day I want to get back in there and have another run, or does that even interest you at this point?
Well, when I parted ways with WWE in 2017, we didn't end on bad terms. But I'll be honest with you, 2017 broke me. You know, 2018 opened my eyes, and 2019 I'm on a mission to continue with my Block 8 movement, continue to wrestle, whether it be an organization like a new organization that's up and coming, AEW, ROH, or New Japan. I've never been to Southeast Asia. I was always on a different tour when I was with WWE, so I've never been to Asia where wrestling is treated as a sport. So I want to be able to venture out there for the first time. I'm 35. I feel so alive. I make my 20s jealous of my 30s. So I still have a lot left in the tank. I still have a lot left to offer, and my whole thing is don't count me out. Don't count me out.
Man, I think you would fit in New Japan perfectly, and they are so receptive right now to pushing into the United States and getting more Americans as into the top upper echelon of the company. And I don't think they've ever had better business than they're having right now. How closely do you follow the product? Do you have time to follow the product right now, whether it be New Japan, WWE, Ring of Honor, or maybe even AEW that's coming up?
Well, I try to follow as much as possible through social media. Social media is a powerful tool. Visibility is a powerful tool for social change. So I try to follow as much as I can through that. I'm always on the move. I always say just because moves aren't being announced on my end doesn't mean moves aren't being made. So I try to catch as much as possible through the internet. I watch more of the WWE product now because I currently have a podcast that I launched about 2 months ago that's doing very well. It's called Pro and Bro Wrestling. It's on Instagram too. You can follow us on Pro and Bro Wrestling on Instagram, and you can get an opinion. You can hear an opinion of what I think about the business with my neighbor, my real-life neighbor that lives with me in L.A., literally around the corner. He's a big wrestling fan, and we do the podcast to just have fun with it. And I'm able to share my stories from WWE, and he's able to ask the questions the fans want to know. So it's really fun. I would say, again, don't die with the story and you tell it. And it's a lot of fun being able to do my podcast, Pro and Bro Wrestling.
Well, looking back on your career in the business, and as we said, that we don't know what the future holds at this point. You could end up doing something maybe down the road or whatever. But is there anything that you would change? If you could go back and do something else, was there a moment that maybe you didn't get to fully embrace or something you wish you could have done? Or does that come into your mind at all?
Well, since I came out my mom's womb, I've always wanted to be WWE Superstar. I chased my dreams. I did the independents. I wrestled in arenas with no bathroom and no toilet. I got signed in 2009 out of 75 guys and girls from all over the world. I had done so many tryouts with WWE from 2003 to 2009, and I finally achieved my dream. And it was my last resort. So if I hadn't gotten signed with WWE, I would have probably been doing something in either law enforcement or I would have been on the fire department. So it was one or the other, WWE or the fire department. And luckily, I beat everyone out of my tryout May 4th, 2009. So I wouldn't change anything because I believe without commitment, you'll never start. But most importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. So you've got to be committed to whatever you want to do and just go after your dreams with laser-like focus. And that's what I did. And I have absolutely, positively no regrets.
So you mentioned Marvel. I got to ask you, have you seen Endgame yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely going to see it when I get some free time.
I'm going Sunday, so I'm doing the best I can. Stay away from spoilers because there's some bad people on the planet that just want to do great things. So I'm doing the best I can to avoid spoilers right now. So.
Well, that's funny. Well, I have my mom in town, so maybe her and I will see it while we're sightseeing.
I hear you. Well, Fred, listen, man, I really appreciate the time. This has been fantastic. And I tell you what, before we go, let the folks out there know where they can find you, your social media, and what you're going to be up to next.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, my Twitter and Instagram, you can all follow me at my real name, at Real Fred Dosser. Follow my Pro and Bro Wrestling podcast. At Pro and Bro Wrestling on Instagram. Hashtag block the hate. Send me some love on social media. I would say none of us are strong as all of us. And if you don't have that support system, in your family, be a part of my support system on social media. And yeah, that's that. And you can see everything I'm doing all through my Twitter and Instagram. See what events I'm doing, see what wrestling events I'm doing, all through my social media at Real Fred Dosser.
Fred, thank you again for your time, man. I appreciate it. Congratulations on your award and have a fantastic time Sunday.
Thanks a lot. And whenever we can get this done, produced, I definitely want to spread the word about it.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks a lot.
And there you have it, folks. If you were not knocked out by that interview, then I'm going to tell you right now, you have a hole in your soul. Fred Dosser, a.k.a. Darren Young. What a fantastic guy. The guy's got a heart as big as Texas, as they say. And he was fantastic. A great, powerful message, something that everyone needs to hear right now. And I know in 2019, we always hear about anti-bullying campaigns. We hear about people standing up for themselves. But I'm going to tell you something, man. As much as you may hear about it, there's plenty of people in this country that need to hear it, okay? And in the world, to be fair. So I applaud Fred, a.k.a. Darren Young, for getting his message out there, for doing what he can do to be a positive role model for his community, as well as for everyone. I mean, the message that he's preaching is universal. It's got nothing to do with gender or social bias or the color of your skin or sexual orientation. This guy is just fantastic, and he's preaching a message of peace, which is something that we all should be completely down with. Can you hear the wind howling out there, folks? The weather is really kicking up on my end. But you know what? It's all good, man. I'm in a great mood. Fantastic interview. Just got this thing done. And, you know, we have to thank everyone involved, everyone that helped put this together. Lauren and Marie, both with the agency that helped put this together for the Fred Dosser interview. Thank you, of course, to Fred. Thank you for being there for us and for giving us a few minutes of your time. As you can hear, I don't know this for sure, but it almost sounded like he was in an airport. The guy is all over the place right now, but taking the time to talk to Tom Clark's Main Event has just been fantastic. It's been great for me. Yet another opportunity for me to talk to someone in the business who has a connection, who has a great story to tell. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Darren alluded to possibly being the first gay Marvel superhero. I'm going to tell you something right now. This guy could do it today, okay? With his attitude, his spirit, his heart, his drive, his ambition, this guy can do anything he sets his mind to right now, folks. I'm anxious to see what the future holds. Remember to catch the show live every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on Wrestling Rumors Facebook Live. You can check us out, folks. You can see us online. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes or Google Play. Download, subscribe today. It will download to the device of your choosing, man. And you know what? That's all we got for you this time around. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Boink Studios or at Tom Clark. You can see me on Twitter at Tom Clark Writes, WRITS. And please, of course, follow me on ProWrestling.com, WrestlingRumors.net, thechairshot.com, and the Floor Seat. That's all I got for you this time. Thank you very much for hanging out. We appreciate your business, and be sure to come back next time, and we'll see you again real soon for another episode. That's right, folks. We're out of here. We'll see you next time for Tom Clark's Main Event.